Hello everyone, welcome back to Tech Dev. My name is Seshpo, and today I just want to show you how to fix the rendering problem with Node.js. When you're trying to retrieve your data is shown that is being retrieved from the database, but you can't render it. So that's what I'm going to show you. I just faced the problem with mongoose, so let's get started. Okay, I'm going to open my code editor to this folder. This is the folder I created, and this is my project I've created. Let me show you. So I've already created the boilerplate code, and I have three things I have created here. I have my views here, and I set my app. I downloaded three packages that is going me to help me to do that. I'm using Express handlebars. You can use even EJS or any templating engine of your favorite. I like handlebars because it is pretty smart and it is simple and straightforward, even though it doesn't have so many features to work with inside my HTML, but I'm trying to figure out how I can create those custom helpers or those dependencies so that we can use something that is pretty cool, smart, and easy. So this is the dependency I'm going to use as my templating engine, and I'm using mongoose as my ORM for Mongo database. So what I have done here, I have set my app here. I have installed Express. I imported Express handlebars. I have created my main app here, and this is my full setup of the app. I've set it my view engine, the Express handlebars view engine, and here is the connection of my database. And here I've created a model where I put the model where I put all the data I want to send to my table. If I can run my application, it can come like this. Let me try to run. So I've configured here on my package.json that I can start, or I can use dev environment. So I'm going to use npm run dev so that I can do continuously check when I save my code. I don't need to restart my server. My server will automatically restart because I'm using a third party called nodemon. Helps us to rerun or to restart our node server without stopping it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run the div. So after that, I'm using the port I'm using is 4000. So I just created a simple app so that I can show you how to solve the problem. So I'm going to run localhost 4000. I think this is the port. So this is the thing I'm working with here, and here is my static data I'm using. So here I have the button add data. So if I click on add data button, I can add a name, I can add a surname, I can add age. So what is happening here with this ID, I'm going to pull the ID from the database, the Mongo database, like this. Thanks to Mongo, they created an extension of Mongo database for Visual Studio Code, and it is easy and simple for us now to just collect data from our database. So this is the database. I have add something here, so I'm going to delete everything. I'm going to delete this people collection and show you where I did that, where I done the connection. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go back to my router. Where is my route? I use the app to create those routes. So what I've done here, I've created 3 routes like this. Let me see. I here the route. Let me try to this first route. this route redirects me to the add button, this one. When I click here and this route is working, it is going to render this add page. Okay, so another route I added is this post route. This post route is going to help me to be able to post from these forms. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to check all the variables using this module. So this module is going to help me to collect data from this form and send it to our database, to our Mongo database. So here what I've created here is a schema. So this is the database schema, and when we go into our database, we are going to find the people database. Where do I've configured it here. So here, this is where I created the name of my database collection, and my database is here. Where is my database configuration? I've configured my database locally here. So what I'm going to show you is how to render. And what is the problem? The problem is, if I come into this index, this is where I'm going to collect the data from database. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add data from the form. Let me try to create. I'm going to add my name, Tinashe, and this is my surname, and this is the age. So I'm going to submit, and here you can see I can't get the data because I'm using the static data. I haven't initiate the variables of the data, or I haven't fetch the data to my front end. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the right variables to my front end, so that I will be able to fetch data straight from the database. Before we do that, let's check if our data has been sent to the database. When we come here and check, we have a people collection here and the ID. Here is our ID. Let's try to click here and click the ID. Here is the document. This is the data I've added. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come to my index, then I'm going to replace this dummy static data, and I'm going to write in each block on the table, so that we'll be able to get data from our post method here. So what I've done here, I have created a post method where I collected all the data inside our person module using destructuring method, and this is the quickest way to do things. You can stop to use this destructuring mode. It's an ES6 feature. You can just collect data this way. You can just say name and request body, request dot body dot name. So you can see why I'm using ES6 feature. It's an easier way to do that. But if you have a one type of data into your schema or your model, there is no reason you can use destructuring to collect or to check your data variables, so that you can add them to your front end. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it like that. I was trying to show you how I did this. So this is my person model with the model. This is where I get the data, where I connected my front end and my back end. So this schema is going to collect data from this front end form, then it sends it to our database using this post method. So what I've done, I've created a new person. So this option or this function, what is happening here is I'm entering data inside the form. Then after that, then I saved and used this response redirect option to send data if I passed to create the data. So I didn't done some error checking because I was sure that the data will just get into the database. After that, I just used this get method to retrieve data to the index folder here, to the index file front end. So what I've done here, I've created a key that is going to help us to retrieve data from our people collection. So if you come here and check, you can see here we have a collection called people. That's what I've created. I've created a connection called people. So what I'm going to do here, going to write create a handlebars helper in each statement, a for each statement that is going to it's a loop, sorry, it's not a statement, a for each loop that is going to help us to retrieve data out of our database. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to call our people collection so that we can be able to find out our right variables for start. So from the starting from here, I'm going to put our name, because if you check inside of our database, let's check, we have a name inside our collection. Let's check, and we have a saying. I don't know why the data is not, the collection is not okay. Let me check. Let me try to double click. So here we have a name, we have a surname, and age. That's what we want to loop to our here in our table, and I'm going to loop out this ID too. So I'm going to copy this ID, come back to index, I'm going to put it here using handlebars helpers, and here I'm going to put age. Then what is the next thing I want to do? I'm going to put an else statement so that if we don't have anything from our database, it gives us an empty response that we don't have anything that is being loaded in our database. So I'm going to put in h1, say nothing found in database, like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a class here. It's a bootstrap class where I'm going to just push my text to sender. Let me just put an h4 element so that you're gonna be smarter. It is bigger than that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to refresh. So you can see now we have our table, and we refreshed, nothing we are getting from the database, but we are not getting our response, our error response that is showing us that there is no data. So which means this is a rendering problem, and this is what I want to solve. Why this is happening, I don't know. I don't know why mongoose is doing that. So I was just trying to find out how can I make that happen. So let's try to delete data inside from our database and retry again. So let's delete people collection, drop collection, it's people. Okay, so now we don't have anything from our database. So which means if we come here and refresh, we can see nothing found in database, which means inside of our database we don't have anything, nothing is in. So how to solve this problem? Let's try to add data again and see if this option is working. If this option is working, so my name is Tinashe Paul, that's my name, and I'm 26 years old, and I'm submitting the data, and now you can see we have data inside of our table, but our table is not showing data. Why? That's what we want to solve. So here it is a simple thing to do. I don't know why, and I don't know why that function, that method helps is there. I try to use this option. Let's come back here where we are pulling off our data. Then I try to find dot using dot select. Is it right? Let me try to dot select. Let's try to use this option and see if it is going to work. Let's refresh. Nothing worked. Okay, so there is this function called dot len. So this is the function. Let's try to exec dot exec. Exec helps us. Let's see if it works. Let's refresh and see if exec work. Nothing is working. So there is this function I want to talk about called the len function. So let's say dot len. So let's write point on our len function, and let's try to control click and see if we can get what we want from that function. Let me try control click. Okay, so this is the len function. What is happening with the len function? Set the len option. It's an option. Document returns from queries with the len option enabled are plain JavaScript object, not mongoose documents. They have no save method. Getters selected. It's a bit kind of logic. What you need to do is to click control click button. Try to find out, try to read around those things, to read around this len function and see why it is that so powerful. So what is going to happen when I use the len function? Let's save and go and refresh. Let's try to refresh. Now we have our data, we have our ID, we have everything is working. So now you can see why I'm getting this. Let's try to see why I put the name instead of the surname. So let me just put the surname and see what is going to happen. And the data is working, right? So this is the simple way to fix the rendering problem with Node.js Template engine. Thank you guys for being the part of this video. See you next time.